Luigi is the comical, clumsy younger brother to Mario. He's always looked down upon, and he's never really given his chance to shine. Mario is among the top 3 most popular characters in Smash 4. Luigi would be happy to even make top 15. Luigi is an extremely polarizing character. He's very likely the most polarizing character in the game. He has some of the strongest strengths in the game, yet at the same time he has some of the worst weaknesses. His combo game and gimping ability is one of, if not the best in the game. However, his aerial and ground mobility are some of the worst. Also, his recovery isn't too good either. Luigi's recovery is actually really good in terms of the amount of distance you can cover, it's just that you're so vulnerable. This makes Luigi a double-edged sword. Some games you'll get your opponent in the Luigi vortex and just completely overwhelm them, but some games you'll get walled out with no chance at breaking into your opponent's zone. Luigi has without a doubt one of the best combo games in the game, but his poor mobility and shield make it hard to access it. If you can get in, then you win. If you can't get in, then you lose. It's very important to predict your opponent's attacks and powered shield them accordingly. This is almost essential to playing Luigi at the top level. Luigi's stubby plumber limbs aren't very fast. This is why Luigi mains oftentimes like to roll. When Luigi gets hit on his shield, it oftentimes pushes him too far away to get a punish, and Luigi again isn't very fast, so they like to roll. This leads to a habit of excessive unnecessary rolling from lower to mid-level Luigi mains. However, high level and top level still do it too. Bait it out and punish accordingly. Luigi's jab comes out frame 2. It's one of the best jabs in the game. It's a move Luigi wants to use a lot in neutral as a poking tool, and for some reason has a hitbox behind him. The initial hits can be mixed up and followed up with grabs, up Bs, or forward smashes depending on the action your opponent uses after the first couple hits. The jab actually pushes you up a little bit to help you get conversions. Do this with caution. None of this is actually true, and by far the safest option to go for is the full jab, followed up by a tech chase. Luigi's down tilt has a 25% chance of tripping the opponent, which can help you set up into a grab. It can also 2-frame, which, depending on the opponent, can force the opponent into a low recovery, setting up into a cyclone gimp. Luigi's up tilt has a lot of combo potential. It can be followed up by more up tilts, up smashes, and at lower percents can lead into an up air, which can be followed up by a back air or a cyclone. You can continuously abuse this move against heavies and fast fallers and just watch them cry. Luigi's forward tilt has no use aside from jab locks, which we'll be getting into a little bit later. Luigi's dash attack, you almost never want to be using this move. You're basically asking to get punished if you do. It can be a good mix-up at times, but it's not a move you'll want to be using very much. Luigi's smash attacks are kind of ridiculous. His forward smash is pretty generic. It hits in front of him and can kill at decent percents. It can be angled upward or downward to kill even earlier, and it also dishes a deceptively large amount of shield damage. His up smash is really irritating. You want to be hitting with the back hitbox because for some odd reason the back hitbox is the sweet spot and the front hitbox is the sour spot. Yeah, for some reason Luigi's up smash has a sour spot. The knockback difference is quite noticeable, so really whenever you want to be using an up smash you want to be reverse jump cancelling it. Luigi's head is invincible during the up smash, so intercepting attacks is possible. This is what makes the move so irritating against some characters, mostly the ones that like to jump around a lot. Luigi's down smash is the weirdest of his smash attacks. The front hitbox sends him backwards odd enough, and the back hitbox also sends him backwards, only this time with far more knockback. Luigi's Nair is no doubt one of the best combo breakers in the game. It comes out frame 3 and the early frames have an obnoxiously large hitbox. However, this move is pretty overused and can be baited out pretty easily. It's oftentimes Luigi's go-to autopilot move. You can space the strong hit of the move and follow up with an F smash when your opponent inevitably tries to shield grab. Perhaps its best quality is the fact that you can easily and reliably get Luigi combos started off with it. Also, soft hit to up B is true on fast fallers. Luigi's fair is one of his best attacks in the neutral. If you hit your opponent in neutral with the forward air at lower percents, you can follow up with the fast fall nair and get some grab combos going. And if you hit them and they slide off platforms, that's a free jab lock. Luigi's back air is the strongest of his aerials. It's primarily used to kill and finish combos. You don't usually want to use this move unless you're sure it's gonna hit because there's quite a bit of cooldown after it. Luigi's up air is a great attack for comboing into itself and other aerials at low to medium percents. Luigi's down air is really just used to spike. It opens up a lot of crazy combos, which I'll be talking about later on, and it can even spike the opponent if they try and jump off the ledge. Also, tomahawking any one of these aerials can oftentimes get you a free grab. Luigi's neutral B is his fireballs. Unlike Mario's, which fall down, Luigi's are always in a straight line. His fireballs are one of his best attacks in neutral. They also apply pressure, forcing your opponent to go for a defensive option. B reversing fireballs can be a good spacing tool and can sometimes help you to mix up your landing. B reversing fireballs on the ground can also be a good mix-up. If spaced and timed perfectly, fireballs can help you continue combos. But again, don't use fireballs too often. Fireball to grab isn't a true combo, and it's pretty laggy, so you can get punished after it. Any decent player will take advantage of this. Luigi's side B is used to help him gain horizontal distance when off stage. The more you charge, the further you go. If you charge it up too much and as a result you end up hitting the wall too hard, you can get stuck in the wall for like 12 seconds of lag with Luigi trying to get his head out of the wall. This is very easily punished, and for some reason you can't tech it. Why, Sakurai? To prevent this, you simply don't hit your head too hard against the wall. But of course, there still is that off chance you'll get a misfire and get stuck regardless. To prevent this, you must hit your head on the ledge. This will lower the chance of Luigi banging his head against the wall. Luigi's Cyclone can be a good mix-up in neutral. The sudden burst of speed and multi-hits can catch opponents off guard. The Cyclone can also be a good combo breaker or landing mix-up for the same reasons. Cyclone can help you recover, giving you seemingly a third jump if you can mash fast enough. And lastly, by far the best use of Cyclone is to Gimp. To Gimp, you need to be a decently fast down B masher at the bare minimum. You have to gain at least a little bit of vertical distance. Moving side to side can also help you Gimp if you're having trouble with that. If you can't mash down B at least this quick, you need to seriously practice your mashing. If you can force your opponent to recover low using fireballs or other baits, you can reliably Gimp just about the entire cast. They just drop hopelessly and it's so satisfying. It's honestly one of the best moves in the game. However, there are some drawbacks. You can't use down B more than once in the air, and it is quite laggy if you try and recover with it. To gain maximum distance from Cyclone, you must mash down B roughly 10 times a second. No, I'm not kidding. To do this, you have to vibrate your arm in an up and down motion and just keep on practicing that until it becomes muscle memory. To clarify, this is not your thumb muscles doing the work, this is actually your arm, your tricep really, that's vibrating, that's doing all the work. And make sure you're mashing up and down because a lot of people I know have been mashing side to side and that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Also, let your finger off the B button for a split second. This was a problem I had. I didn't let my finger off the B button and then there wasn't really much travel and I wasn't mashing as fast as I can now. These are just the tricks that worked for me. You can find your own method of doing it, whether it be through 2-button mashing, using the taunt button and stuff. This is just personally how I figured out how to mash. If you can't mash, an alternative is using the jump and then your down B to recover. This is very risky because if you get hit out of it, then you lose your jump and your down B and you're almost basically guaranteed death. Luigi's up B is used to help him recover and it's an extremely strong kill move. If you aren't comboing into it or don't have any true confirms out of it, then it is a really risky option. Power shield to up B is generally the best setup. Jabs to up B can sometimes work. Nair to up B is also true. And there's some combos that true combo into up B, but I'll be getting into those later on. It's also important to note that Luigi gains a lot of height when he uses one of his special attacks in combination with his jump. So jump down B, jump side B, and jump up B gain quite a bit more distance if you jump, as opposed to using the special attack raw. Luigi's down taunt is by far the best spike and ledge punish in the game. It has set knockback and is literally an insta-death on any stage, on any ledge. There's even some true combos out of it, such as down taunt down B, down taunt up B, down taunt any aerial, down taunt misfire. The only thing stopping this move from being the greatest move in Smash history is the fact that it has a pretty long startup and the hitbox itself is really small. You're almost guaranteed to get punished if you miss it. Before we get into the actual combos, here are just a couple of setups you can use to first get the grab. We'll be talking about back throw first since it's the easiest to talk about. Luigi's back throw is the 6th strongest in the game. It's one of Luigi's best and most consistent kill options. It kills at the ledge at roughly 130%. It can kill even earlier on Smashville and Town and City platforms. Even if you don't kill with the move, it puts your opponent at such a positional disadvantage. They'll be thrown off the stage, and as Luigi you should be able to edgeguard just about every character as long as you can read their recovery option. Up throw is also a kill throw that kills around 180%. It's really only used when you're really desperate for the kill, and you're not close enough to the ledge to go for a back throw. That's the main use it provides. It's a kill option at anywhere on the stage. It helps you avoid across stage throws that otherwise wouldn't kill. It also has some combo potential against fast fallers at very low percent. Up throw fair nair and up throw fair fair can get the wheels turning at low percents when down throw combos are non-existent. Forward throw can lock fast fallers if they don't tech on the ground. Make sure you've tacked on a little bit of percent to your opponent before going for this. If not, there's a good chance they won't even be in position to get locked. In that case, you can follow up with a dash attack. This only works from a dash grab, just as a heads up. If you do manage to lock your opponent, you can basically go for any combination of fireballs, F-tilts, and down tilts. This will rack up some nice percent to your opponent, which could possibly lead into a fast fall nair to up B, completing the 0 to death. Grabs and just outright up Bs can work as well. Luigi's down throw is his bread and butter. First off, let's talk about combos on floaties since there's the least amount of follow-ups. At 0%, go for a down throw fair nair. If you read the jump afterward, you may be able to catch them with a full hop up air after you land. You can also go for a down throw fair fair and possibly catch their jump. From a short hop double fair, you actually have enough time to use your double jump and go for another fair. This of course can also catch jumps. When the percents rise to about 20%, down throw fair up air and down throw fair fair are your best options. From about 20 to 50%, down throw up air to just about whatever you want is probably your best follow up. It won't be true most of the time, but if you can read your opponent, you can get some serious damage. At about 50 to 70% is when down throw reverse up air back air starts to work. Here are just a few ways you can pull this move off. When it comes to escaping the reverse up air back air, you want to DI out in neutral because the percent range is slightly lower than when you DI in or have no DI. On the ledge, you want to DI out. Luigi literally can't do anything if you do this. However, if the Luigi anticipates this, he can forward throw you instead and put you in a really bad position or straight up kill you. If you DI in the down throw and DI out the reverse up air, you can almost completely avoid the combo. To counter that, Luigi can hit you with the down throw non-reverse up air into back air or down throw up air down B, which will probably kill you even earlier. As a heads up, Cyclone will only true combo from an up air if your opponent DIs in or up. Luigi can also down throw up B at these percents if he catches you on a platform and reads your DI. As a general rule of thumb, the opponent will more times than not DI out in neutral and DI in on the ledge. I may be shooting myself in the foot here, but if you're fighting someone who hasn't watched this guide, this is generally how they're gonna DI and how you can get max combos off your grabs. In terms of killing off down throw, in my opinion, Luigi's most underused and underrated kill confirm is down throw soft hit nair to up B. It's completely true on a lot of characters and it can really snag you some early stocks. Only problem is that the percent range in which this works on against most characters is really small and the degree of difficulty to actually land this combo is much higher than his other combos. Nevertheless, I can definitely see this combo being used more as the meta develops. When the percents rise to about 80 to 120, Luigi's only real useful follow-up is the down throw down B 50-50. If they jump or try to attack, you should just go for the raw down throw NATO. It should hit. If they air dodge, it shouldn't hit. What you can do to catch an air dodge is short hop right after the down throw, bait the air dodge, and down B. Problem with this is that it's completely reactable. If your opponent knows the Luigi matchup well, this should never hit. What you should do to catch air dodges is go for the down throw down B, and then stop mashing and follow their DI. If they air dodge right after the cyclone, the last hit should hit, and that's the only one that really matters anyway. This can kill around the later percents. If they don't air dodge, again just go for the raw down throw down B. It kills much earlier. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually really don't like this down throw 50-50 at all. Mainly because if you air dodge, it doesn't really kill to like really late percents. And if you miss this combo, Cyclone just has so much lag after it that you're basically guaranteed to get punished, which oftentimes leads you off stage, which is almost never good for Luigi. Other punishes from an air dodge is buffered back air, nair, or dare. When it comes to midweights, at 0%, go for the down throw fair fast fall nair. It should work on most of them with some rare exceptions. If not, down throw up smash. From about 20 to 30%, down throw dare nair is by far your best follow-up. This combo can be continued with an up air fair, back air, or possibly another dare nair, which after that can be followed up with the reverse up air, and up air. Most of these combos aren't completely true, but your opponent doesn't really have much time to react to it. You should be able to get them in game if you practice these combos enough. From about 60 to 90%, down throw reverse up air back air is good, and soft hit nair to up B can also work, and can kill. After that, it's the same down throw 50-50s I mentioned with floaties. On heavies at 0%, you want to go for a down throw fair fast fall nair. It should work on most of them. Again, there are some exceptions. Against heavies, after the down throw, you're gonna suffer some extra frames of lag depending on how heavy they are. After the nair, you can almost always catch their jump with a full hop up air. The player playing the heavy character will jump out of the combo 90% of the time after the nair, I guarantee you. After that, you can literally just go for whatever you see fit. Go crazy. Heavy characters will just get hit by everything. Down throw dare nair can also work on them most of the time. It's not always true, so sometimes you're gonna have to read them. After about 60%, you combo them the same you would combo a midweight. Only, again, they get hit by way more moves. Get creative. Fast fallers have the most combos that work against them. Surprisingly, when the fast faller's at 0%, the combos are actually quite limited. We have the aforementioned forward throw dash attack, up throw fair nair, and down throw up smash. At about 15% is where the combos start to get crazy. Down throw fair fast fall nair into turnaround down throw dare nair is all 100% true. Similar to midweights, only it's easier to combo the fast fallers, and more times than not, it's completely true. At about 20%, you can go for the down throw dare nair, dare up air to up B. This is completely true on most fast fallers, and will kill them. This is what is known as the poke combo. Shoutouts to poke. The degree of difficulty on this combo is quite high, so obviously I don't recommend going for this in an actual game most of the time, but I mean, obviously this is basically a 0 to death, so I do recommend learning it. The up air in the end is a little bit tricky to hit. You want to hit with the top hitbox of the move, which is active from frames 7 to 11. It takes quite a bit of practice, but you can get somewhat consistent with it. You can also just go for the down throw dare nair into a combo finisher. At 60% and above, the combos are more or less the same on everyone. Additionally, here are some creative mix-ups you can try going for. terms of getting out of the combos, you want to mix up your DI as much as possible, and use your fastest acting attack if it can help you get out of combos. Of course, do this with caution. Mix up your actions after you get hit by the true combos. Mix up jumping, air dodging, and attacking. Remember, play to not get grabbed. I know this is a lot easier said than done, but sometimes a little reminder like this can really help you. Also, when you dash grab to down throw your opponent and their hurt box is really skinny, their hurt box has a chance of magically warping behind you. When you know this is gonna happen, just settle for the down throw up smash. These aren't all of Luigi's combos, of course. These are the ones I use the most and the ones I find to be most optimal. If you want to learn more about combos, Poke has a lot of tourney sets all over YouTube. Links in the description for the channels that he's usually on. Elegant also has a very good combo game. It's not as vast as Poke's, but he's far more explosive and his combo game is absurd nonetheless. When it comes to controls, the optimal way to play Luigi, oddly enough, is the default controls. Yes, tap jump on, and yes, no tilt stick. If you have tap jump off, you can't do an instant dash to up B. This is crucial. Sometimes you're not right in front of your opponent for an easy up B kill. Tiny little micro spacings like this can be the difference between getting early stocks or not. If you really don't want to use tap jump, you can change one of your shoulder buttons to jump and press it right before you up B. This will take some getting used to, but it'll work just the same. You just gotta drill it into your muscle memory. Tilt stick doesn't benefit Luigi as much as smash stick. You can perfect pivot up tilt, but as of now, its applications aren't nearly as functional as perfect pivot down smash. I have seen no use thus far for perfect pivot up tilt, but I have seen players like Dakpo and even a little bit of Elegant using perfect pivot down smash as an approach option. It helps you approach with a strong hitbox, which could potentially be really good in late percents if your opponent isn't expecting it. In terms of Beto, Luigi doesn't really gain much as he can't wall jump and his dash attack is bad. He benefits from the movement options Beto provides, but it's definitely not a necessity, especially at this point in the meta, although it is nice not having to choose between perfect pivot up tilt and perfect pivot down smash. Characters that rely on zoning and characters that are generally hard to hit give Luigi a hard time. This coupled along with his low traction make it even more difficult for him to get in. However, Luigi players are really good at power shielding, so watch out for that. Spacing aerials like Cloud's back air may grant you some degree of success initially, but it won't get you very far at higher levels of play as the Luigi player is more likely to power shield it. Luigi has a ridiculous punish game out of his down throws, so play not to get grabbed. Watch out for Cyclone off stage. If possible, try and recover early or save your jump. In that case, even if you do get gimped, you'll still make it back. Luigi's advantage state is one of the best in the game, but his disadvantage state is among one of the worst in the game. His aerial mobility and floatiness make it very hard for Luigi to land. If you have disjoints to go along with your juggles, you can keep Luigi in the air for a very long time. Luigi also isn't the most mobile, so characters with a lot of mobility can run circles around him. Watch out for Nair. Every Luigi main on the planet loves to use this move to break out of combos. Anticipate the Nair and punish it. Luigi at the ledge is pretty bad. Take advantage of his poor ledge options and try and ledge trap him. If you get grabbed, try and mix up your DI. Don't preemptively use your jump or air dodge. I went over this in greater detail in part 2 if you want more specifics. Luigi's recovery is somewhat exploitable. Even if the Luigi can mash, it's still pretty exploitable. Luigi's also like to go for a lot of air dodges. Make sure you punish that. If Luigi whiffs a back air in neutral from a short hop, you should be punishing this. Luigi is unable to use another aerial after he does this. Here is my 100% honest Luigi matchup chart. Here's Elegant's perspective. I won't talk about every matchup of course, but I will briefly talk about all the notable ones I want to highlight. In terms of winning matchups, I think Luigi beats Fox and Falcon. Fox because going off stage against a top level Luigi as Fox is just really rough, and getting comboed really hard on stage is no fun either. Fox's neutral is very oppressive, and if it weren't for Luigi's gimps, I think Fox would likely win. With Falcon, again because of his insane combos. Gimping is harder but still very effective. People like to say Luigi beats Diddy Kong, but I would have to disagree. It is true that Luigi's punish game on Diddy Kong is absolutely absurd, especially with the help of Banana Up B, but Diddy Kong can ledge trap Luigi, which neutralizes the matchup in my opinion. Some people are still under the belief that Luigi beats Mario, but again, I'll have to respectfully disagree. Both characters can't really combo each other that hard, and both characters can abuse each other off stage. In terms of neutral, Mario has better mobility while Luigi has longer limbs. In terms of even matchups, I think Luigi goes even with Peach, Marth/Lucina, Ryu, and Bayonetta. Peach is a really hard matchup for me. Her neutral is broken against Luigi. I thought about putting this as a losing matchup, but then I started playing the matchup more. The more patient I was forcing myself to play, the more even the matchup became. Marth and Lucina is a matchup people tend to think Luigi loses. On paper, this makes sense. They can juggle and keep him out well. But again, Luigi makes up for this with his absolutely absurd combo game against them. Gimps also work especially well. Ryu gets comboed hard, and offstage he almost always gets gimped. Even if he tries to go above the stage, it's still hard for him to recover. Ryu can abuse Luigi's low traction in neutral, which helps him out a lot. I think the matchup is either slightly in Luigi's favor or even. Bayonetta might be losing. She can mess him up off stage and is honestly just a much better character. But Luigi can punish her very hard for simply approaching. He can combo her very hard, and he can even kinda gimp her. No other character in Smash 4 can brag about that. For losing matchups, I have Luigi losing to Sheik, ZSS, Mega Man, Sonic, Cloud, Rosaluma, and Mewtwo. Sheik because of her superior neutral and edge guarding. She gets comboed really hard, but I still feel like it's a loss. Might be even in the future. ZSS because of her insane mobility and juggling. Yeah, she gets comboed hard, but her advantages outweigh Luigi's. Mega Man because pellets are really good at keeping out Luigi. Sonic because of the huge speed difference. Sonic also edgeguards Luigi well, and Luigi can have trouble dealing with spin dash sometimes. Cloud can juggle Luigi extremely well, and his disjoints help him in neutral. You would think edgeguarding Cloud is easy, but it's surprisingly tricky. Rosaluma can juggle as well. Luma also makes it almost impossible for Luigi to get in. With Mewtwo, think about everything Luigi struggles with. Projectiles, mobility, disjoints, shield, landing, recovery. Mewtwo exploits all of that. I think Luigi is anywhere from 20th to 15th on the tier list in our current meta. I think he's solo viable to win a national. No matchup is impossible for him to win at top level. Similar to high tiers, he does have a lot of losing matchups against top tiers. None of them are unwinnable, but they're certainly hard. In the future, once combos are optimized, I can see him moving in the 12 sort of area, and if I'm being really optimistic, I can see him being top 10. To finish off my Luigi guide, I have Elegant, the best Luigi main in the world and one of the top 50 best players in the world. Alright, first of all, I want to say thank you, Elegant, for making time to share your knowledge with us.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to be here.
Alright, so the first question I have for you is, generally, how do you think Luigi should be played in neutral?
I feel like Luigi should be played, depending on the matchups, so if you're facing Rosa or something, you should be playing defensive. But generally, you should be playing like a mix of aggressiveness and defensiveness, so playing passive, but a little bit more on the aggressive side.
Alright, so you think it depends kind of on the matchups?
Yes, but there's only like a couple matchups, so you wouldn't have to worry about that unless you have to fight the character, like Rosa or Cloud or
I think Sonic 2.
Sonic 2, yes.
Yeah. In your opinion, what are some of Luigi's greatest strengths and some of his greatest weaknesses?
Luigi's biggest strengths is his grab game and advantage state. Once Luigi gets a grab, that's major damage, and depending on the situation, he can play defensive and wait for his opponents to come after him, or you can keep the pressure on them and react on what the opponent does, and then just like get a up smash or something. Because once you start a Luigi combo, you're already at up B %, which you can kill. So that's also a factor there. So I think those alone are Luigi's biggest strengths.
Yeah, I agree. What about his weaknesses?
His weakness is that he can't land that well. So you have to like mix up your landing options. His traction can be bad sometimes, but if you know how to power shield, that shouldn't be a problem. His recovery is a little bit of a problem, but if you know how to mash, it's nothing too major. So I would say his biggest weakness is landing. If you don't know how to power shield, his traction could be bad. And if you don't know how to mash, his recovery can be lenient.
Yeah, I agree. What tips do you have for people trying to deal with camping or like trying to get grabs in general?
Some tips I would advise is to be patient and analyze your opponent on what he's doing if you're having trouble getting a grab. Mixing up how you approach and conditioning your opponent to be in shield is a good way to start to get grabs. Examples is you can either walk, or after doing like a fair, like a random fair or something, you can just run up and grab because they're probably in shield and probably just like inputting a move. Mixing up your approach is also a good way to get them because you can either walk, pivot, fireball, fair, go for a grab, or just wait a little bit, crouch, grab. It's always a good way to just mix up your opponents and just to keep them guessing. Now, for the players who are defensive, honestly, you just have to wait and not get hasty or be tilted because of how they're playing. Because if you're being hasty, you can't really get the conversions you want, and then you're gonna go in some situations where you either lose a stock or get major percent on you. So how I view it is you just have to wait, and the kills are going to come naturally, and you're going to get them as more time in the match. You're going to get them. So it's always a good way to just wait it out, and once you see the opportunity, go in for it if you're confident about it.
All right. What do you think are some of Luigi's hardest or worst matchups?
So I was deciding this, either 3 characters, either Mewtwo, Rosa, or Mega Man. But after doing some thinking, I think Luigi's worst matchups are Mewtwo and Rosa. The disjoints hurt Luigi, and they have so much range that Luigi has a hard time getting in. While Mewtwo damages your shield and keeps you at a distance, Rosa also damages your shield because of Luma, and she has such a good juggle game, and Luigi has a hard trouble landing. You're going to have trouble landing against Rosa.
Yeah, Rosa definitely has some really good juggles on Luigi.
Yeah.
What are some matchups against relevant characters do you feel Luigi does really good in?
Bayo, Cloud, Fox, Mario, Diddy, and Ryu. You can also deal with like the less disadvantaged matchups like Sheik, Zero Suit, Mega Man, and Corrin. But Corrin, I feel like, is in the even side, so I don't think Corrin would be that much of a problem. But I think he can do pretty well against like the relevant characters, especially Diddy, Mario, and Bayo, and potentially Cloud.
Yeah, I agree. What about Fox though?
Fox has a pretty like linear recovery, and if you know like what mix-ups he's gonna do, that's basically a free stock. Also, I covered this thing where like if you're at the ledge, and if you're at if the Fox is at 0% of the ledge, if you have rage, or he's at 10 through 40% if you don't have rage, you can opt for down throw and then cyclone, but you have the time to cyclone. Like you jump after you do the down throw, you jump down B, but you don't do a full hop. You do like a short hop, and then you don't mash at all. And then like as soon as like the animation's over for down B, you press the button at least like 1, 2, or 3 times, and then the Fox would just drop. And if he jumps, if you did it right, and if he jumps, he won't grab ledge, so he's forced to up B.
Yeah, I think I saw that on your Twitter.
Yeah,
you
but even
if done, son.
Yeah, I made like 5 parts of that.
Yeah,
it was fun. Even if he jumps and he could potentially grab the ledge, you can down tilt, and he's gonna be sent in a downward angle. So even if he side Bs, he's gonna miss the ledge. So you can go in again and do another cyclone.
Yep, I think I've seen you do that a couple times. So, what do you think is a good potential secondary for Luigi to cover his bad matchups?
Mario or Cloud.
Mario or Cloud? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cloud can deal with Rosalina, and why Mario?
Mario's can cover Sheik, Mega Man, and potentially Mewtwo and Rosa.
Well, that is true.
Because if Mario gets a grab on Rosa, he does a back throw, and Luma gets sent off stage, and Luma goes so far than you would think after you do a back throw. And once Mario's along with Rosa, it's basically whoever gets like the first grab. Mega Man, Mario can combo Mega Man pretty well. He has the cape so he can reverse stuff. Sheik, same thing with Mega Man, the combos, but it's very neutral based. Mewtwo, Mario has like the speed to get in on Mewtwo. ZSS might be, I think out of all these matchups, I think ZSS might be a little bit of a problem for Mario, but it's still Mario, and he has like that clutch factor, so I think that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think are some of Luigi's best stages?
I think his best stages are either Dreamland, FD, or Town.
Can you elaborate
Dreamland.
why? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, my bad. Dreamland is Dreamland. You have the platform, so if you're facing someone like Rosa or like some characters that you have trouble landing against, the platform can really help you to like mix up your landing options. FD is interesting because you don't have the platforms, but if the opponent's in the air, you can like read on what they're gonna do, or once they land, because like if they air dodge on the ground, they have like that landing lag, so you can get them for a grab, and it's pretty good for like some matchups too, like for Mario or Fox, because they don't have the platforms to extend their combos. And for Town, this is interesting because if you're at a certain rage percent, and if they're at like, let's say 50, 60, or 70, depending on like what weight class the character is, down throw Cyclone is true, and that can be some serious like comeback factors there, especially against light characters like Olimar, Jigglypuff, and Duck Hunt.
What do you think players need to do to fully optimize Luigi?
Players need to fully optimize Luigi's grab game and get the most percent out of their combos as possible. And doing the right combos depending on what the situation is. So like if you're at 0%, the best one would be fair nair, re-grab, and then do like the dare nair combos. But if you're at the ledge and if you're at like 70 or 80%, you can go for an up air, back air, and that's a kill. Or it could be a kill.
Yeah, there's also some true zero to death combos that I saw Poke demonstrate in his
The Poke combo is really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
If you know how to do it.
Yeah, I feel like in the future, like Luigi main is just gonna be running around and poke comboing like every fast caller.
Yeah. That combo is crazy, man. So good.
Yeah. Where do you think Luigi is on the tier list in the current meta?
I think Luigi is top 15, or at the very least top 20. But I can see a lot of potential in him, and he can rise higher.
Potentially top 10?
If he plays the most optimal plays, I think so.
I agree. What are some general tips you have for Luigi mains trying to reach your level, or just starting out?
If you start out playing the character, I would suggest practicing the Luigi general combos and see how the character feels in general. Try out the mashing, because you need to learn how to mash at top level play.
It's very important,
and
yes.
You need to practice power shielding. If you already know how to power shield, then this shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, you also kind of want to predict their landing and then power shield, like if they're gonna like go for a short hop landing back air or something like that.
Yeah, because like if you power shield those things, you can do a up B out of that.
Yeah, true.
Or get a grab.
And finally, what other Luigi players besides yourself would you recommend other people to check out?
Mr. Con, Low One, Shorio James, and Luigi player. Also, you can also check out the Luigi Discord to like see what stuff they discovered and all that good stuff.
Yep, Mr. Con, the best Luigi main in the world, as you guys all know.
He's back, baby.
But where is he on that PGR though?
Oh man, that's funny.
All right, thank you all again for making time to answer these questions. It was a pleasure interviewing you.
Thank you.
And yeah, that'll be it for the interview. Elegant's Twitter will be in the description if you want to ask him any questions for yourself. If you want to ask me any questions, you can put them down in the comment section below, ask me on Twitter, or ask me on my Discord. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you would like to support my guides even further, leave a like, subscribe, and you can even tell a friend about it. With all of that being said, thank you so much for watching my Luigi guide. A lot of hard work and effort went into this. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!